we got a lot of exciting things to chat about today, Vanessa. You had a new track come out earlier this month, maybe a little album to talk about as well. But before we get into all that good stuff, could you start from the very beginning and tell your story and how you got into making music?
Yeah, I mean, I've always loved music. I feel like some things you just kind of, well, are chosen for you, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I used to play classical guitar when I was younger, so I would just do like, little like Mulligania type finger picking, whatever. Loved music, like played piano when I was little. And my mom was actually the first person to suggest like DJing. She was like, "You love music so much." She had a friend who would travel and DJ, and she was like, "You could travel the world doing what you love." And I was like, "Mom, I don't want to be a DJ, man." I was like, no. And I obviously tried it. I fell in love and I stuck with it. And yeah, wouldn't have it any other way. And yeah, I started producing when I was younger too. Like, well, I thought I was producing. I was like on that old MacBook where it had GarageBand.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just chopping stuff up and was like, this is so cool, just like editing tracks. And yeah, just eventually a friend gifted me Logic, and then I switched to Ableton, and yeah, now we're here. It was just, never ending progression.
I love that story too because we really do all have to start somewhere. And for a lot
Yeah.
of us, that was GarageBand. It carried us through a lot of
Period.
1000%. What I think is so cool about you is you've kind of created your own self-coined 2090 genre.
Yeah.
Take me through that. What does that sound like?
Well, originally 2090, I was like, well, first of all, I'm super, super inspired by like the production, songwriting, like the time, like, early 2000s, 90s. It
Yes.
was like Timbaland killing stuff, like, Missy was doing her thing. I mean, and not to mention even like the other side of things, like No Doubt, Sublime, Offspring. Like I was just in love with all of it. I think it was just a really special era. But like when I, talk about 2090, it was like first I was doing some remixes of like throwbacks. Like there's a Say My Name remix, and it's like a dance version, like Jersey Club remix of that. And then there's uh yeah, there's just some like OG remixes that were done. And I wanted to flip them into something that was more like futuristic, so to speak, something new, something fresh. So I really think of 2090 as just like, taking it, it doesn't have to be a 90s, 2000s thing. It's really just like a concept of like taking something that really inspired you as part of your life and making it new and fresh and like the future, so to speak. So I like to think of it as what's next.
Hell yeah, I love that about you, Vanessa. And when I read that about you, I knew we would get along because that is also
Sick.
my favorite era of time, but especially music. And to see that kind of getting recreated in different ways now, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. I love to
Yeah.
see that. For sure.
It's sick.
On the 14th, you released your single Spirit on Mine, which I love. The video is super dope as well with Luck. What inspired
Yes.
this track for you both?
Oh man. Well, I mean, at the time, honestly, her and I were working a lot on her project, It Wasn't Luck, which is out now. Check it out. She's
Uh-huh.
amazing, amazing. One of my best friends, an incredible artist. And, I was working on this album actually a couple years ago, and I put it on pause. I was really focused on, other things. I was really in love with like what we were creating, especially with Lux World. And this actually came about a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago. We started it and we wrote to it, and like I reproduced it like 500 times, like too many times. I was like, oh, because once the vocals were in there, I was like, oh my, it's so, so beautiful. And then, we sat on it for a while, and I was like, yeah, like it took me a minute to get that push inside myself to just go. Honestly, Luck was a big reason of just like release that song. It's so good. And I was like, you're right, we need to drop it. So we made a video. And then, I finished up a bunch of other records, and I'm just like really ready to release my own stuff. I've just been thinking about how to make it really special and unique, which, held me back mentally, but I was like, you just got to go, just do it.
Yes. Just do it. That
Now
is
we're
the
here.
mentality. Just put it out
Yeah.
there. And I gotta ask, since we're talking about the album, your debut album, what can you tell me about it, Vanessa? Let's go.
All right. Well, I can tell you it's called Sent from Saturn. So expect when you come see a show, it will be an experience visually, obviously, like with sound. I want it to be, it is an up-tempo, dance music experience where you're just going to feel like a part of something out of this world. That's what it is.
I love this. Out of this world. Alien superstar. This is the
Let's
era
go.
that we're living in, and I've been waiting for it for 30 years. That's amazing.
Let's go.
So, to perform it, I mean, I guess you didn't get to perform it at Coachella, but you did perform at Coachella, which is awesome. What was that
Yeah.
experience like?
Wow. I mean, that was amazing. Sahara is like one of the best stages at Coachella. That's like, that's the dance stage.
Yes.
I mean, honored to be there. Obviously, Coachella is a massive festival, and it's just like I played the first set of the day on Friday, which was the first time we all came back. Well, the first time Coachella came back after the pandemic.
Right.
And honestly, I didn't really expect to, people to really be there. I was like, yeah, I know my homies are gonna pull up, and that's all I need. But like it was pretty popping. And I was like, this is amazing. Like I was just, really loving that experience. And then I went from that to playing the campgrounds at night, which was just insane. So overall, Coachella, the hype is real. It was incredible.
That's awesome. That's good to know for the future because I was stuck in Maine watching it on, where did they live stream? On YouTube, I believe?
Yeah, I think they did live stream it. Yeah.
It just looked like the energy was otherworldly. I think,
Yeah.
people have been waiting for years for anything to come back, especially Coachella.
Yeah.
So that's really
Yeah.
dope that you were able to kick it off.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Do you have any other performances coming up that you're really looking forward to?
Yes. Well, what day is it? It's Wednesday, the 26th. Throwing a party with some friends, Carter Cruz, Penny Wild. Tomorrow it's a Halloween event. It's in West Hollywood. It's called Long Story Short. We throw this party together. And then playing at the Echo Dallas, so Dallas, Texas, on November 19th, and I believe Riverside Municipal Auditorium, they call it MRA,
Yep.
in December. I know that's coming. I think the 16th. So yeah,
Nice.
lining them up.
Lots to look forward to from you. That's amazing. And in addition to all these performances and music videos, I saw you also created a song for this DreamWorks Netflix show.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me all about that?
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to DreamWorks. That was also a amazing experience. I mean, at the time I was making music in my room. I mean, I still, like have my little setup in my room. I work with a publishing company who like has my catalog and will pitch it out. And they sent me a brief and they were like, DreamWorks is looking for a theme song. And like, here's a little brief about the show. Cause they won't show you, obviously. They're just like, make something like this. And I was like, okay. So I really thought about it. I got in my world. I got my guitar, got my bass out, got all the instruments, just kind of like really sat there and was like, what would I want like an animation to look like the sound version of it. And yeah, I just, created a little piece. And the way that they do it is what I learned later is they do it blindly. So like when they'll play the music against the picture, so but they won't say who created it, so like there's no bias.
Right.
So I guess out of all the people who turned in a song, they were like, this is the one. And I got caught. I was like, that's amazing. Yeah, so that's a Netflix theme song of a show called Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts, and it's awesome show.
That's so cool and very interesting to learn that about that process. That's even more special that they picked yours.
Yeah.
That's so
No, it's crazy.
Good for you. And you have worked with some really cool artists so far in your life. I saw Kiana Lede, who I love, Kalina Zanders, who I also love. Who else is on your dream list of people to work with?
Oh, wow. Dream list. That runs deep. I want to work with so many people. I feel like music is something that, it's a vibe thing, it's an energy thing. And there's so many beautiful people out there who are incredibly talented. But I mean, off the top, there's Rihanna.
Yes.
I want to work with Doja Cat. I want to work with like these boss ass females that are writing and killing it in the studio. But I can't help but go back to my day ones that I really believe in that are about to take over too, like Luck, Kalina, my friend Effie. Like there's just, I feel like, a lot to look forward to right here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I love that. Channeling that female energy too, and that vibe, that early 2000s, late 90s vibe.
Yes.
All of those artists would be incredible. So I love all that. What are you doing when you're not making music, Venessa?
Oh man, that's so hard because I really, really am like obsessed to a fault. Like if I'm not making it, I'm listening to it. I'm thinking about like, I'm just listening to how other people, work too. Like I'm always just thinking about it.
That's the curse of being a creative person, isn't it? Like you're always working in here. I feel
literally
that in a different field, but I get
even
it.
even going to shows, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like, you get inspiration and you're just like, man, I want to be working. But I definitely when I need to relax and like turn it off, I'll watch stuff like The Bachelor. I'll watch Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes.
So I need to turn it off at some point. You know what I mean? I've been watching Undisclosed, which is like the show about like aliens and like UFOs and stuff.
Okay.
Very into that. Yeah, I like to watch, and then like Married at First Sight. I like that TV that just like you can just really turn it off. That's
yes. Absolutely. That's what reality TV is good for. You don't have to think about your own life for like an hour and just dive into these people's drama.
And you're just like, whoa, they just met and they are married. Yeah.
I don't get the math, but I love to watch it. So
yes, exactly.
That's awesome, Venessa. Have you ever been to Maine before?
No, I've never been to Maine, actually.
We got to get you out here one
Let's go. I'd love to.
Here in the state of Maine, our state motto is the way life should be. So I want to know, according to you, what is the way life should be?
Oh, man. I feel like the way life should be is with people you love, music you love, an area you love, if it's food you love, just a happy, beautiful, supportive community with good vibes, man. Maybe on an island.
I love that. Yes, we only get one of these lives. Why not spend it on an island?
I feel that.
For real. That's awesome, Venessa. Well, since we're so close to Halloween, I thought I would end this with what I like to call a Halloween hot minute. So I'm going to ask you Halloween-related questions, rapid fire, and just say the first thing that comes to you.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Favorite Halloween movie?
Hocus Pocus.
Ooh. Favorite Halloween villain?
Oh my God. Halloween villain. I just watched a scary movie. I don't know if this counts, but in Smile, whatever villain that was.
Yes, that counts. That's
terrifying.
Favorite Halloween song?
Halloween song. There's a song that's like
the Monster Mash
Halloween.
Personally.
Yeah, what is that? This is Halloween. Yeah, I like that one.
That's a good one. Halloween candy.
Not candy corn. I'm gonna go with chocolate. All forms of chocolate.
So you are our team anti-candy corn. Okay.
I'm sorry. Have to do it.
Right. Do you believe in the paranormal?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
A Ouija board. With a Ouija board, yeah. I was wearing my glasses and it called me Four Eyes. I was like, damn, because it was like
rude.
I swear. I was with a bunch of friends and I was like, it kept going to number 4 and then it kept typing eyes and I was like, we couldn't figure it out. And then my friends looked at me and they were like, 4 eyes? I was like, shut up, dude. Wow. I'm not kidding. It's so embarrassing.
The paranormal, they give no cares. They have no mercy on us. And you know what? Fair enough. That is funny as hell.
That's
Thank
funny,
you
right?
so much, Vanessa.
You're
That's a great
welcome.
note to end this
I
on.
love that.
I cannot wait to see what is next from you. Of course, the album. Are we gonna get another single before the album?
Absolutely. You're gonna get at least two more.
Awesome. Lots of treats to look forward to. Thank you again for your time. Until we meet again.
Yes, thanks for having me. It's
Bye,
been really
Vanessa.
fun.